What's going on, guys? Welcome to Turner's Corner Cafe and welcome to a first ride of the 2018 Triumph Street Triple RS. This is the RS model. There's a couple models. This one's the fancy version. Triumph is letting me borrow this bike as a long-time loaner. Finally getting around to doing a first ride on it, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to go down that road with this motorcycle. Let us get this thing started. We're up here at Blood Mountain doing a first ride of Triumph's Street Triple. So I've done the Speed Triple, loved it. I've never ridden a Street Triple though. My buddy Smo, he's another motor vlogger, you can check him out. He has a Street Triple, loves the shit out of it. So we're gonna do this thing. We're in the mountains, or I'm on a new bike and I haven't ridden up the mountain yet, so I will be taking it slow, as I always do on first rides anyway. That gas light is a lie. Okay, so I can easily flat foot. You guys can see how bent my legs are. It's pretty low to the ground. Kind of leaned slightly forward. All right, hold on. I did a video on the dash, so you guys can check that out. We're in rider mode. I don't want to be in rider mode though. I think we can start out in rain mode. That's the lowest mode. That triple sound though, it is special. I'm leaned over more than I kind of expected to be though. I don't even want to talk about the dash to you guys because I got an entire video talking about it. There's my lovely wife. Lovely wife, lovely life. So yeah, we got the Jeep. We trailered the bike up because I value having a first ride experience that's actually a first ride. Yep, got a quick shifter. 765. They've got the Daytona 675. They got all types of names of these bikes. This is the younger brother of the Speed Triple. Street Triple is the lower. Oh my goodness. So we're in rain mode. We've got 5 modes on this bike. We got rain, we got street, we got race and track. And then we have a personalized rider mode. Ideally, if you were going to own this bike, you would use rider mode to make probably like your hooligan mode or something like that. That's kind of what I think the mentality behind that was. I gotta admit, when I get on a naked bike, I kind of expect to be kind of chilled back and not pushed forward, but I'm a little more aggressive as far as the body position goes, but I don't know. I kind of like that. So these mirrors are the same mirrors that were on the Speed Triple. I think I called them devil horns or something like that. You'll have to go check that video out. I don't remember exactly what I called them, but they work really good. I like them up and down so I can see behind me really well and far off in the distance. Some people, I've seen a lot of people have them like typical mirrors. Yeah, we'll roll like that. We're gonna just slow it down for a second, get these mirrors working. All right, let's have some good times. I gotta be honest, I really like being pushed up on this bike because it's comfortable. The seat's kind of thin, not in a bad way. It just it pushes you towards that race aspect where you kind of want to ride the bike a little quicker, you know what I mean? If If you have a comfy seat and a body position that's kind of upright, God, these people, I don't know what they're doing. If you have a soft seat and an upright body position, you don't really want to get in to riding the bike. You feel weird riding it hard. But if you got a thin seat and a kind of slightly leaned forward body position, you kind of get into it. This feels way better than I expected. And we're in rain mode. Okay, we got to get out of rain mode. That is not going to help us. Let's focus on riding. All right, mode over, click. Close throttle. All right, so you got to close the throttle, close the clutch, and now we're in road mode. So road mode, ABS, traction control, and the engine map is slightly changed. Road mode's still going to make it difficult to wheelie. From what I understand, race and track are your two wheelie modes, honestly. I feel in full control of this motorcycle. Oh, we got a yellow. We got the yellow. Okay, or orange, I guess. Yeah, I guess the weird feeling I get with this bike is I feel in full control, like full control. I guess that has to do with the flat handlebars. I'm slightly bent over. I can feel like if I move the bike around, it goes in that direction. Not necessarily a light bike moving it back and forth, surprisingly, because the bike does not seem heavy when moving it around, but it's not quick to dip in. Like we gotta push it into a turn. This bike is also not brand new. Triumph was going to give me a brand new one, but we ran into some issues on that specific bike. I think they got a mix-up. It didn't even have a battery. So I ended up getting the bike they've been testing for a while. This one's got about 2,000 miles on it, which means it's worn in. Yeah, interesting. Going a little slower, I feel it's a little more maneuverable back and forth. It's got that. So when I watch Smo and his videos, a naked bike power-wise is so much different than a sport bike. A sport bike, you rev up, shift, it drops down, you rev it back up. But this bike, I feel like you push it up through the revs, and then it's just short shifting at the top. So instead of saying, it's just, if that makes sense. Yeah, the weight's hard to move. It's not hard. I don't want you guys thinking it's hard to move this bike around, but it's kind of, once you get it going in a direction, it just turns. And I'm not going fast up this mountain, but it feels like I'm hauling ass. Oh my God, which is great. That means I don't have to go fast, but I get the feeling of going fast. Oh, you scream all you need to. Oh my good Lord, them Brimbos. Okay, we gotta be careful with them. So on my sport bike, I revved the shit out of it, and I used engine braking to downshift, like downshifting engine braking, and that slows me down enough. So I'm used to this really chilled out braking, but man, you put the Brimbos on, and you come to an instant stop. Oh my gosh, this makes this road so much more fun because I don't have to go fast. Oh shit! Oh no, Triumph, what have you done? I just bought a Daytona from you guys, and now you got me on the street triple? Oh, I'm having way too much fun. Oh Lord God, yes! Woo! Everything I could ever want in a bike right here. It's not too big. Oh my goodness. I'm in a kind of medium speed technical road, which I think is the road for this bike. All right, we're gonna put it in, God, not the blinker. Let's see what track mode or sport mode or whatever. Oh, okay. Do we not know what lane? Okay. So I started out in rain mode, then I went to road, and now I'm in sport. I think that's what it is. It's basically rain, road, slightly sporty road, and then Africa Twin, Hypermotard. Give some gas, not in the right gear. Oh, they're saying to slow down. That means there's a cop up here, which I'm not surprised. The mirrors look like they're vibrating, which sucks because the mirrors that vibrate make them almost pointless. So these mirrors would be okay if you're not like hauling ass and stuff, but if you go a little too quick, they're gonna become kind of useless kind of quick. Okay. Oh goodness, what the hell? Oh lordy, I don't know what the hell that is. That's no good. Let's get around this. Whoa, there's the freaking torque I was wondering about. My goodness. So this bike should have a shit ton of torque. That's just how these bikes are. Those little triple cylinder engines. God, okay. It is at 7,000 RPMs. Jesus Christ. Now, I'm not going to put it in track mode because I'm in the mountains. I don't want to hit a patch of gravel and regret my day. But instead of riding hard, I think I want to kind of, I'm going to keep it in like race mode. But I want to kind of chill back some and just ride it casually. Because I think the majority of the people that get this bike, you're not going to get it. I mean, I've seen Smo ride it at a track. It's a phenomenal track bike. It's got a lot of low down torque. But I'm surprised at the amount of torque this bike has up high. You know, we're at 7,000 RPMs. And that's when it really starts punching me in the gut. Got that slipper clutch, and it feels great downshifting, I will say that. It's just really smooth. I thought my R6 had a pretty smooth downshift, like the slipper clutch on it, and the slipper assisted clutch on this is phenomenal. I know when I do first rides here in the mountains, I kind of ruin it for you guys because like it's hard for me to stay as focused as I do when I'm, you know, in Roswell or in Lithia Springs or something, but it's so fun to ride these things up here. The Street Triple feels way less torquey than the Speed Triple does. Now I know Speed Triple is the bigger CC bike, but I'm surprised at how different they are. You know, I would expect both bikes to be kind of torquey little monsters down low, but you know, riding this thing around 4,000, I mean, I'm not saying this slow, but I do what I just did at 7. You know what I mean? Like, it's way more serious. So one of the things I like most about this bike, I know, you know, the headlights, it is what it is. Some people like it, some people don't. I'll take a look at them down the road. But the dash on this thing is finally a dash that fits the times that we're in. It's, you know, tech is expanding and getting so much better day by day, yet motorcycle dashes don't seem to. And now KTM's starting to do something cool. Triumph's got this cool dash that you can move. Let's see if I can move this thing. You can move it up if you want to. You can see it's facing higher up now. I can push it down. It's a little more flat. You can kind of make it to where it doesn't glare as much, depending on, you know, if you're riding and the sun's behind you glaring on it. Just move it up, you're totally fine. I will say I wish this bike was a little torqueier. I wish it was down low torque instead of the kind of where it is. Seems like the middle of the grade. I'm going to pull over right here and take a gander at this thing. We're going to take a look at the bike, rev it up a little bit for you guys. Oh damn, what kind of shit was on the road? All right, oh my good God. Okay, let's not ride with those on. Jesus Christ. All right, guys, 2018 Triumph Street Triple RS. There's an R and S, and then you got the combo RS model. These are the lights that everybody likes or doesn't like. It is what it is. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks like a Street Triple, and there's no reason that Triumph should change it because that's what the bike looks like. It's similar to the Monster. The Monster has a very specific look, and Ducati isn't moving that. One thing I really appreciate about this bike, Triumph, not only do they pay attention to details, but you've got a show of big piston front forks, you got Brembo brakes, you got an Öhlins rear shock, you got a ride-by-wire throttle, you have a freaking dash that has all types of rider aids. There are some purists that don't like rider aids, and that's totally fine, you know, do you, boo-boo. I'm a personal fan of rider aids. I've ridden with people with rider aids and without. There's been situations where I have wrecked, where my buddy, which is in the same position, did not wreck because of rider aids. So I kind of believe in those things. I have seen this bike in, I think, red and maybe white. My favorite by far is this black. I think it looks so good with the little red and gray accents the bike has. I can happily say that I think Triumph probably does the best job when it comes to engine color. They've got the dark titanium looking gray, like the gunmetal, and then you have the black actual engine. I love the bronze headers coming out. It's a sick looking bike. I know a lot of you guys are going to say bug eyes. That's fine, whatever. If you don't like them, that's cool. You know, visually, the only... That guy might know who I am. The only thing I think I kind of want visually on this bike would be a freaking single-sided swing arm. I think that would be so dope. Not possible, I don't think, but you know, you got these two. What are you gonna do? But let's all be honest. If you buy this bike, you're gonna take that off, and it's literally gonna be the first thing you do, because what else is there to do on this bike? Maybe a new exhaust or something like that. All right, but yeah, guys, that's a 2018 Triumph Street Triple RS. Let's take a gander, not a gander, but let's take a listen to the stock exhaust on here. Now, I tell you guys every single time, I do a blog post on Chaseontwowheels.com. There will be a link in the description. If you go over there, I take some photos of the bike, and I let you, I do a recording of the exhaust with a nice audio recorder. So if you want to hear what the bike actually sounds like, I recommend you going over there. There's some really high-res photos that you can download, so I recommend you guys checking that out. But for now, we're going to be listening to the exhaust on the GoPro microphone, which sounds like it does. Got a little intro graphic. So dope. Got an integrated kill switch starter thing. You know, I've met people that don't like the whistle of a triple, and I've met people that like the whistle of a triple. I personally love the little whistle, and that's made by the engine, so if you listen to it, you'll hear a little whistle after the rev. You see what I'm talking about? I love that sound. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You guys can go watch the dash video. I'll put a link to it in the description, but I'll let you guys do that. Another cool thing, last thing about the screen. So right now we're in road, like race mode. If we change the mode to rain, the actual style will change, because it's more focused on your RPM or your speed now in rain mode. Now if we go to track mode, which is that indicator, totally different. It automatically changes. Now you can make it do it or not do it. You don't have to. And if we use this little joystick and go over, our little tray at the bottom changes information. So I can see that's my range. I have 215 miles until I'm going to need gas. My current average MPG is 26 miles per gallon, and the one in the middle here is instant. That obviously it's not going because we're not going anywhere. But let's go back down the hill, and I want to kind of cruise this time. So I've got it in the mode that I don't have the whole engine, and it's not going to be crazy aggressive, but if I was going to take this thing to work every day, if I, you know, had to travel for work, this is kind of the mode I'd have it in. Granted, you know, most people aren't lucky enough to have a mountain road for their commute, but I'm just going to take it easy and see how it goes. I don't have a highway access right now. Typically in my first rides, you guys know that I go on a highway little run, and I don't have that right now. I'm going to have this bike for a good period of time though, so I'll have time to check it out on the highway. Right now, similar to a lot of the naked bikes, you don't have a lot of buffeting. Like, it's not going to block a lot of wind for you. The good thing about that is I would rather have full wind like I do on this one coming at me and hitting me in like the stomach up, because that lets my whole upper body kind of deal with the wind. There's some bikes that have those little shitty wind blocker screens up front, and what they do is end up blocking the wind up to your neck, so your head becomes this little bobblehead. I can't stand those. I'd much rather just deal with it in the chest. Also, on a hot day, it's not really hot today, it's literally a perfect day to ride, but on a hot day, I like the wind on my chest because it cools my whole body down instead of just my head. I'm kind of surprised how high the torque is up in the revs, but you know, it almost makes you ride it harder, because you got to fight for those torque, for the really good torque of the bike. Now that it doesn't have good torque, like, obviously. One thing I do appreciate about this bike is it's got modes, and it actually, like, the modes work. A rain mode, you can definitely feel that power transition as opposed to like the track or the road mode. Like that cannot happen in rain mode. I'll show you. Alright, now close the throttle. Look at that. Do you see that? That was full throttle. Watch this. I'll do the exact same thing in the exact same gear. Now, if I held that throttle down like I did, you slowly get there. But if you're not going, barely anything. Also in rain mode, you get the ABS, you get the traction control all on max. You do not have a problem. And while we are stopped, we're going to change the mode back to road. One thing that I know now to kind of look for, I don't remember what bike it was, but I recently rode a bike that had like, it was like ABC mode or something like that. It basically had a slow mode, but the slow mode didn't do anything that the middle mode didn't do. It was literally pointless, and I'm like, why do you have the mode? Like, what's the point? Cops, uh-oh. This bike is awesome. I really like this. This bike is gonna get me in trouble though, holy shit. Dude, I don't use brakes very often, but damn, if I had these type of Brimbos, I would all the time. Watch this. It feels like you're about to do a stoppie, but you don't have to worry because if you got ABS and traction control, so you have nothing to worry about. Alright, so I guess I should kind of get towards the end of this video because otherwise I'm just going to keep riding on this mountain and like forget the first ride. Final thoughts of the 2018 Triumph Street Triple. I wish the torque was a little lower, but I'm totally happy if it's not. Like, it's not, and I'm okay with that. But if I was being a little picky bitch, the torque, like the peak torque would be a little lower. It would, you know, that single-sided swing arm situation, I would definitely have that. And well, shit, what else would I want? Dude, 99.9 miles per gallon. Suck it, you eco people. I'm just kidding. I want a Tesla. I'm an eco person. I mean, I'm a little squinched. I'm a little sporty. This is definitely a much more sport-oriented motorcycle than the Speed Triple. So if I was to be super picky, I would say maybe a more a body position that's a little more chill. Overall, this is just a freaking phenomenal motorcycle, and I'm gonna have it for a minute. So I'm excited to kind of get the user experience of a Street Triple. I really look forward to having it for a while and just kind of getting used to it, you know, taking it on some highway runs, you know, driving or riding the bike all the way up here on the highway to see how tired I am from all the wind buffeting. All of that stuff we'll figure out down the road. Who is this bike for? Very good bike for everything, especially with 5 different modes. You've got everything in there. The bike you can literally change the bike to be what you need it to be. If you're into tech and you're into like that future shit, highly recommended. You feel like this bike is a 2018 motorcycle. Too many motorcycles these days are like, yeah, it's got some brand new stuff, it's got some cool ABS or traction control stuff, but the dash looks like they haven't changed it since like 1987. And this bike is definitely not that, man. This is the bike for the future lover, you know? I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. So far, with all the Triumphs that I've ridden, I've been really happy with the attention to detail that they put in their bikes. You know, it just feels like they really give a shit about their bikes, which is a sad thing to notice about a motorcycle company, but like they really do. And I don't get paid to say this stuff. I need to make that clear. Triumph didn't pay me anything. They simply let me borrow their bikes because that's how much faith they have that their bikes are rock solid. They don't tell me what to say. They don't give me talking points. They are literally, here, take the bike, do what you want to do with it. And that's a sign of a company that really has faith in their product. If they didn't have faith in their product, they would tell me a list of talking points like, hey Chase, make sure you say this and this and this to make sure that the bike sounds good. They don't have to do that. They just give me the bike. Anyway, I'm going to stop going on. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you enjoy first rides, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I try to do first rides every Friday, or as often as I possibly can. And we've got some awesome first rides coming up. We got that R6, we got the freaking Suzuki Gixxers. It's good times. It's good times to be a first ride person. But anyways, guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels. This has been a Chaseontwowheels first ride of the 2018 Triumph Street Triple RS. Make sure you guys go check out that blog post and the link down below. And get on social media and let Triumph America know that you appreciate them being forward-thinking in the social media game, because they are killing it. I appreciate you guys riding around with me. Hopefully you got something out of this video. If you did, share it to somebody, because this bike is worth it. I'm going to shut up now and go enjoy the shit out of this bike, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later. Front wheel was coming up. Oh my god, thank you, Traction Control. Alright, we're gonna do a I wonder how fast this bike can accelerate run. You guys ready? You guys ready? Here we go. We're not in track, but we're in the road or sport or whatever the hell they call it. Yes, yes, all day. Oh shit.